Dispenser going up.
So guys, I was watching an Uncle Dane video recently.
Number 1. Does your sentry actively hinder the enemy team from completing the objective?
Yeah, fuck that shit. So the rules to this little game were pretty simple. All you have to do is just build in a flank area and not be next to spawn. It's pretty simple, actually. Here's the fun areas we came up for on these 5 maps. Now, the first map that we did was actually Lakeside. We hopped in there, we got to our spot right away, and it actually went really well. Until we realized that the round was over already.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out.
After that whole round ended, we tried setting up again, but it just turned into a bunch of us walking into a death trap. So I thought, hey, maybe we can try a different spot. But then the spies attacked.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
The next map we did was Suijin. This map was a lot of standing around trying to bait people into the sentries. We thought this spot would be a nice spot because it's right next to a health pack and we thought people might actually go to see it. No, everyone that went over there we had to make come over there by shooting at them. It was just not a fun place to be. Enclosure was a weird case. This was the spot that we figured was pretty useless. We're covering one small area, not covering the point, but we're literally just like covering a small little ramp here. And we got focused down. They Ubered to kill us. It was bad.
All around me are familiar places, worn out places.
They actually ended up capping the point on that one, so we lost that round. However, there was a second portion to the map, and that, my friend, is when all the fun stuff happened. See, on that portion of the map, we ended up meeting our little friend named Rennie. At least I think his name is Rennie. And, Rennie is probably the best person ever. We asked for help and he switched to NG. He's the best person probably ever. So we actually had 3 NGs building in one of the most useless spots in the world. And they couldn't even push to us. 3 of the players weren't doing anything. And they couldn't push far enough to see us. The fuck. So we tried moving our stuff up, but that just ended up getting us killed a lot. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, in this pursuit of finding the best spot, I ended up actually finding that you can get stuck in a certain corner in Enclosure.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
All that's well and good, but let us not forget the best map TF2 has to offer. Hoodoo. Now, you may be thinking, hey, Hoodoo's not the best map in the game, Gold Rush is. Don't tread on me, okay bitch, fuck you. But if you're thinking that, you've probably never done this strategy on the map. See, we just went straight out of spawn into the left, into that little cave there. And we set up there, and it was amazing. This was by far my favorite map out of all of them, because we just sat there, and it did exactly what I thought. People would try to flank around the other team, then they'd just get fucked by a sentry. And then eventually more and more people would have that happen to them, and then they would start focusing us. They never did anything nearly as bad as they did in Enclosure, where they had an Uber or anything like that. But there was a Demos in particular that just really hated us and kept trying to take all of our sentries down. Oh, and believe it or not, we did win that round, and the NGs carried. Just to prove it, look at the MVP board at the bottom. Once we got switched over to blue, we figured, let's have even more fun. We thought that if we were blue NG and we built in the exact same spot, that it would be like 20 times better. So that's what we did. I got really lucky and was able to sneak past there right away, but their demo caught on somehow and decided to destroy it. So that didn't work very well. However, later we actually did get a sentry nest set up, and we figured, hey, let's push this out onto their team. And so we did. And then our team won. Once we ended up getting to the second round of Hoodoo, our team ended up rolling so hard there wasn't really much of a point to doing anything. Every time we sneaked past, our team would just push forward anyway, so nothing really of event came this whole round. The third round of Hoodoo was pretty much the exact same. The only eventful thing that happened was this kamikaze spy that came after me at one point. The last map we did was Borneo, and personally I think Borneo was just straight up stupid. We spent the entire time down below this drop-down area until eventually the entire team decided to focus us for no reason, specifically the one spy. That's not entirely true. We also spent quite a bit of time after that area was taken down over in this small little area up here. Now, this was not the best area given that a demo could easily just spam into us and all of our stuff would go down, but we had fun while it lasted. So there you go, guys. That's essentially the basic rundown of what happened. Like, sub, do all that stuff, make my ego grow a little bit larger. Oh, and don't worry. I did send Rennie a friend request.